Another good thing about it is that it can write. Obviously, having a pen that writes is kind of the point of why it's a pen in the first place. So, as you can see, you can write with it. I don't normally take an MX to school, but if I really have to, or if I really want to, I can, and still have it write. The thing is that if people ask you for a pen, you're going to have to explain to them, yeah, you have to take this part off, you can't write like this, etc. But that's not too big of a deal. The spinning area is pretty good. It's kind of the standard spinning area for RSVP mods, obviously because the RSVP barrel is the same. Certain tricks are obviously harder with an MX, especially because obviously the sides aren't balanced. Like a back fall is kind of tricky with an MX, but still doable. Yeah. So that's really all I have to really say. The back end is heavy, so it does make some tricks a little bit tougher to do, depending on if you're just starting and you start with an MX. I guess you won't notice it as much later in the long run. But me, because I've spun like DC mods for a lot of my spinning career, like a Victory and obviously a Buster, as you've seen in a lot of my videos, it's a lot tougher to switch from that to an unbalanced and slightly lighter mod. The MX is a pretty light mod compared to what I'm used to spinning. Of course, if you're used to spinning like Victories or Kamsas, then the MX will be heavier for you. But it depends on what you've been spinning. Tricks are still doable. Again, combos look really nice in them. You can spin it very well. Not sure if I look good with that. You can easily balance out the MX with another grip in the front or something else, or you can go to the extreme like I did and made my own MX, which has different tips, grips, and the cap is a lot heavier, so it balances out this part. But yeah, but I'm here to review the original MX anyway. So again, the MX is very customizable. It's very appealing to spin. It's not really as comfortable to spin, but people that spin a lot, like Area, or however you say it. Yeah, the Extreme Pro Dutch guy that got second in the World Tournament Pen Spinning 2007, that guy, yeah. He can spin X's with Pro because obviously he's been spinning for a long time. But again, if you're a beginner, spinning an MX isn't really that bad. It's pretty easy to mod. The parts are pretty much accessible if you can get access to an online account. I'm trying to think of more stuff here. Again, customizable. Kind of awkward to spin, but that's just personal opinion. There's not really much else to say besides that. The barrels, you can obviously rub the actual print off of them instead of having the print on it that says like Pentel RSVP BK99 USA Fine Tip, whatever. If you want to have that on the barrel, you can obviously rub that off. I'm trying to think of more things to say here, but I'm running out of ideas. That's pretty much it, you know. There's no particular trick that the MX favors. They just kind of don't favor some other tricks. Like some of the tougher tricks, like backfalls, might be a little more difficult. Of course, that trick is hard in itself, but the MX makes it hard because it's not really balanced that easily. I can barely go back with an MX. But it is possible. I've done it before. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. The weight is pretty good. It's something that you can spin for a while without having your hands like kill and be numb after a while. So that's good. The length of the pen might be short for some, but it depends on your hand size. If your hand size is, well, I guess it's like this, is like MX size like mine is, MX is actually a pretty good size, even though I use a Buster a lot, but I realize that looks kind of big on my hands. So, you have, again, your RSVP MXs here. Again, if you have any questions or comments, I try to address all the ones that people ask me about and trying to review this as best as I can, but I'm kind of running out, and I think I've pretty much said everything I wanted to say. The question is whether or not you should get one or not if you're considering that. I say if you have the money and you want to try it out, you can obviously try it out. If you have a friend that pen spins, try spin that one first. If he has an MX, he or she, I guess. Don't want to discriminate, but if you can get your hands on MX and just try it out first, spinning it is a lot different than what people say it is. A lot of people can spin MXs like they're a double-sided mod, which blows my mind, quite frankly. But it depends on your style. So again, you want to try, if you can, I suggest you try out an MX. Like one of my friends, Christian Gilmore, also known as Storm *4, Storm 4, whatever, here on UPSB, and he's now the Storm Cannon 1 on YouTube. So if you go look him up, he gave me an MX free when I was a noob, so I thank him a lot for that. And then I got to be able to test run that. And if you look at my early videos, I did spin MX quite a bit, and that's because one, that was the only one I had, and two, I actually thought it was good until I met DC mods. So yeah, try to test run it at first, and then if you like it, you can order it. If you don't like it, I'd still have one just for collection purposes or trading purposes, because you never know when someone might want an MX and you want something of theirs. You can just trade that if it's a fair trade, etc. So that's the review for the RSVP MX. I hope I did a good job. Again, if you have more questions or comments or concerns, FAQs, whatever, then just post them below and I'll try to address them as quickly and as thoroughly as I can.